I'm here to tell a wedding story. Now, technically, this isn't a wedding story. In 2004, there was no such thing as a wedding to be had by a daughter who chose a woman for her life partner. This was to be a commitment ceremony for my youngest child, Monica. Now, I'd been the mother of the groom 2 times. I'd been the mother of the bride once. But my role here was unclear. The invitation came and the disclaimers saying, you don't have to do a thing. Come and support us. We want everyone to come for a week to Ocracoke Island. Midweek, we'll have a commitment ceremony and a reception in the garden of our favorite restaurant. We have a whole week of activities planned for all the children and the adults. You can meet all of our friends, Sarah's extended family. We want to do this. We want to do it this way, and we just want you to be there. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to spend a week at the bottom of the Outer Banks on a remote island, Ocracoke Island. I didn't want to spend day after day pretending that I was happy about this relationship. It was good for my daughter. Point of a ceremony with an officiator that had no legal standing, no religious standing, but came from a family where my parents did not attend 2 of the weddings of their 5 children because they did not approve of their choice of spouse. Now, this was a different generation, but their very strong objections then seem ridiculous to us now. But the hurt that was inflicted has never gone away. So I knew I couldn't do that to my child. And I said, of course I'll be there. Over 100 people flew and drove and ferried to the island for the celebration. I put on a good face, got one of the biggest houses, and threw the welcoming party with Monica's siblings. It was a great party. The girls were happy. It broke the ice. But during the evening, little rumors were circulating that a storm was forming offshore, but everyone said, it's not going to affect us at all. Don't worry, it's not going to affect us. By the next morning, everything had changed. The late arrivals, including Monica's father, my ex-husband, called to say, the ferries are canceled, and it's coming right at you. A Category 3 hurricane. So, porch furniture was removed, windows were covered, walkie-talkies came out, flashlights, candles, games for the children, and all the cars were moved to higher ground, except for my sister Kathy's. Kathy just insisted that her car stay near the house. So then 120-mile-an-hour winds, a 6-foot storm surge, propane tanks bobbing and hissing in the yard, trees were down, no electricity. Not a direct hit, but a lot of damage. However, we were all houses, and we were feeling very, very lucky. The next day, it was idyllic. The generators supplied electricity in cycles, 2-hour cycles around the island. The sun was shining. We all went to the beach. Then Monica called a family meeting in the afternoon, and she said, the governor is insisting that everyone leave this island. We all have to evacuate the island by tomorrow afternoon. And then my tall and beautiful and calm and almost stoic daughter just began to sob. She was heartbroken. In that instant, something changed in me. I went from being the polite observer, the reluctant participant, and the mother of the bride emerged. I said, oh no, we can have the wedding. We'll have it on the beach tonight. Everyone can come back here for the reception, and we can all leave in the morning. And Monica's big brothers and sisters jumped up and they hugged her and they said, Monkey, it's going to be beautiful. And it was beautiful. Little children held tulle and it billowed in the wind, and the officiator was eloquent and the brides were radiant, and everyone was beaming and crying and happy to be there and loving one another. And then the sun set beautifully over the water. And we all went back to the house, and a week's worth of rations appeared from the various houses, transformed into a wedding feast. Little candles flickered, music was supplied by guitars, and at 11 o'clock, the lights came on for good, this party CD came out, and everyone danced. Little girls danced with their fathers, the brides, grown men danced with their mothers and their wives, and my brother Barrett, who always thought he was a dancer, turned to me and he said, "I haven't felt this alive in many years." And about midnight, my brother, sister, and I waved goodbye to our last guests, and we went to bed feeling very satisfied with their celebration. At 7:30 the next morning, my brother yelled, "We have a fire! Get out! We have to get out and don't take anything with you." So we ran in our bare feet, in our night clothes, feeling the flames on our face, past my sister's car that they think caught fire because of salt water on the battery. 3 minutes later, the flames had gone 3 stories high to the roof. We lost everything. The gifts, the cameras with all the recorded events of the day, all of our belongings, 2 cars, and of course this entire lovely house burnt to the ground. They came from the Methodist Church and dressed us from the poor box, and a couple of hours later, we evacuated with hundreds of other people. We were in shock, so Island Friends made our arrangements, and we got off the ferry in Hatteras and were met by a white stretch limousine that took us 3 hours to the closest available rental car. Now, the mother of the bride was dressed in flip-flops, a purple house dress, a large straw hat. She had no underwear, no cash, no credit cards, was accompanied by her brother and sister who were in similar circumstances, and by one son whose job it was to hold it all together. The couple was legally married a few years later in Canada. And a few years after that, the marriage was recognized by their home, the District of Columbia. But every year, for 10 years, they've celebrated their anniversary on August 4th on Ocracoke Island. So I said I came to tell a wedding story. This is a wedding story. Thank you.